You're watching FPSN.
And we welcome you inside the Panther Den as we get set for 2022 Panther Hoops on YouTube and Facebook. It's the girls varsity up first. It is the Battle of Cowee Mountain, the Smoky Mountain Lady Mustangs and the Franklin Lady Panthers. I'm George Young alongside Tony Christie. As you see, the clock is ticking down. And there we are. Got our camera back. Glad that you're with us here in 2022. It was a busy Christmas season. Big win at Pisgah, Tony,
yes,
for the Lady Panthers. Struggled in that Christmas tournament that was in Cherokee. Had some sickness, some virus issues.
Right.
And then on Tuesday night, a tough one at North Henderson.
Yes, and during that Christmas tournament, you know, with injuries and everything like that, they were shorthanded, but the reserves did well. I went to the last game of that tournament for them, and they played lights out and ended up winning that game. And there were people that stepped up, like Maddie Gilbert. I think she was the leading scorer, and some of the Lady Panthers really grew that day. And now you have Tori Inslee and Sydney Williams back. Yeah. This should be a pretty good game, for them to gel and get ready for the home stretch.
Yeah, in that game on Tuesday night, Tori didn't play. She's battling some injuries, battling an injury to her knee, but looks like she's going to be okay tonight. The doctor gave her the clean bill of health. At least she can go as long as it doesn't hurt too much.
Right.
There's nothing torn. There's nothing strained in her knee, and she looks pretty good there as you see her on screen. And it will be good to see Sydney Williams out there as well.
Yes.
She has had just tough luck when it comes to injuries.
Yes, it had. For her, this is her senior year, and she didn't get to play in volleyball. And this is her first action. I hope that she takes it as the game comes to her, and not try to do anything that, try to push it too much. She's been looking real good in shooting drills, but that, it's a totally different story once the game starts.
As the clock ticks down, we're going to have the starting lineups here in just a few moments. Here's the records, the schedule upcoming. At a busy month of January and into February, that it's the Mountain 7 Conference Tournament hosted at Pisgah. On the road against West Henderson on this coming Tuesday night. Then a couple of non-conference games coming up on Friday and Saturday of next week. Let's get to the starting lineups here in just a few moments. Also going to have the national anthem that's going to be sung by a special guest. Let's head down to Mark Sutton, our public address announcer.
Katie Norris LaFlamme, class of 1996. Faith Drake Ash, class of 1988. Amber Mason Chastain, class of 2003. Andrew Raby, class of 2008. Matt Corbin, class of 2005. And Kevin Corbin, class of 1979. They are led by Holly Springs, music director and FHS English teacher of 28 years, Kathy Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
terrific rendition of our national anthem by the Holly Springs Baptist Church Choir. About 7 or 8 of them. Familiar faces. Panther Athletics out there singing a terrific rendition. We'll have the starting lineups now introduced.
And now the starting lineup for the visitors from Smoky Mountain. Number 2, Macy White. Number 11, Grinley Flynn. Number 14, Kennedy Stewman. Number 15, Trinity Littlejohn. And number 25, Aiden Nicholson.
Are you ready, Tony? We're about to turn the lights out in this place.
This is going to be interesting.
Yes, it is.
Panthers, go lights out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for your Franklin Panthers. She's a forward and a junior, wearing number 10, Andrea Tell. Playing at guard, she's the freshman, wearing number 23, Kelly Cruz. Playing at guard, she's a junior, wearing number 30, Tori Inslee. Starting out in the forward position, she's a senior, wearing number 33, Roz McCullum. The Panthers are coached by head coach Scott Hartbarger, assisted by Justin Moffitt and Becca Brooks. Let's hear it for your Lady Panthers!
Here's the starting lineups for both teams.
Now we need his lights.
Somebody forgot to tell them to turn the lights back on. Oh, there they go. That's interesting. Let's see if that continues.
Yes. That'd be good if they did it kind of like Madison Square Garden, where they dim the lights of the fans and just have it on the court.
Yeah. Our cameras weren't exactly ready for that, I don't think. Kind of hard to adjust your settings on your cameras when the lights are on. This is going to be Rosalind McCollum, jumping center on Greenlee Flynn, sophomore, for Coach Olin Dunford.
Yeah, and Rosalind was one of the players that was she was ill. She wasn't feeling good, and she was out for a little while, so she didn't even really – she played some in that last game in that tournament. But after that, she should be good now.
The Lady Mustangs come in at 7-4 and 2-1 in the Mountain 7 Conference. Franklin at 7-6 overall and 3-1 after that loss at the hands of North Henderson on Tuesday night. Battle of Cowee Mountain on the hardwood. About to get it underway. It's McCollum against Flynn. And 2022 basketball at the Den is underway on the varsity side. Queen going to dish it over. It's Burrell. Burrell to McCollum. That low block. Off balance shot. Well off the mark. Smoky comes down with a rebound. They're going to race up court with it quickly. In the paint, it's Flynn. Kicks it out for a three. That's off the mark by Macy White. Offensive board underneath. Aiden Nicholson had it blocked away from her and off of a Lady Panther. So Smoky will reset.
It looks like the Lady Panthers are starting off in a 2-3 zone.
Nicholson triggers. High pass going to be intercepted by Callie Queen. Feeds Tori Inslee to the hole. Off balance. Couldn't convert. Looked like she got bumped from behind. Offense or defensive rebound. Smoky comes out with it, and it's Greenlee Flynn with the board. Underneath, spinning, it's Wyke. Her shot won't fall. Borrell with the board. Off to Queen as we approach 7 minutes. First quarter. Glad you're with us. YouTube Live, Facebook Live. First broadcast of 2022. Nice assist. Tori Inslee off the glass.
And that was a great set play to get Tori coming, curling around, and great use of the left hand by Tori Inslee.
Stuman with it. Kennedy Stuman played for a long time for the Lady Mustangs and Coach Olin Dunford. Nicholson calls out the offense. High pass over to Stuman. Her pass is well over the outstretched hands of Greenlee Flynn, and it'll be a turnover for the Mustangs.
And right now, the Lady Mustangs can't really get a handle on what to do against that 2-3 zone.
It's Callie Queen running the point. Dishes to McCollum. Out beyond the arc goes Tori Inslee. Inslee to the hole. In traffic, it's triple teamed, and they're going to whistle a blocking foul on the Lady Mustangs.
That was a very hard foul.
It's going to go against Stuman. Kennedy Stuman, the senior, picks up her first, and it's the first foul on Smoky Mountain as Tori Inslee will be at the line for a couple of shots. And she hits the first.
Let's see if Coach Hartbarger dials up a little bit of pressure. Just kind of put the clamps on the team early.
And the second shot up and good. Yep, you're exactly right. The pressure is on after that made bucket. Smoky going to break the press.
That was
Kennedy Stuman on the glass.
And that was perfect execution by the Lady Mustangs too. When people press, you want to try to attack, and that's what exactly what they did right there.
McCollum gets bumped on the baseline. That'll be the second foul on Smoky Mountain. First on Greenlee Flynn. Underneath, Terrell had it briefly, lost it, picked up Callie Queen, and Queen shot blocked, but they'll say that the Lady Mustang got her on the forearm. We're going to whistle that one on Nicholson.
And we don't have the officials' names. We don't have the officials' names, but these same officials have done the JV games as well. So it's going to be a long night for them, and they've been actually doing a good job through the other two games that they've already done.
With the official shortage and
yes,
obviously COVID still
yes,
very prevalent. I'm sure it's even tougher to get officials.
Correct.
I believe we've got an issue with Tori Inslee. Or is that Callie Queen?
Callie Queen.
Callie Queen going to go to the locker room. Well, she has maybe some blood on her jersey or something. Looks like she's going to get checked out over there. 5-2, Franklin advantage as we are just under 6 minutes left. It's just underway, first quarter. Macy Wyke with it. Swings it over to Littlejohn, who's checked in. Into the paint it goes. Splitting a double team. Couldn't get the first, but Flynn will get the second.
Good patience by Flynn. Down the low block.
.526, clock ticking. 5-4. Lady Panthers looking to break a two-game losing streak as that one was kicked. One thing we didn't mention in the open, Tony, was that big win that Coach Hartbarger and his girls got on the Tuesday before Christmas in Canton against Pisgah. That was a big win, as it doesn't happen much, heading to Canton and getting a win. Tori Inslee trapped in the corner. And a turnover. 5:08 left in the first. We'll check the conference standings when we get a break in the action. Little John's pass knocked away. Inslee picks it up. And she gets fouled from behind. So that one on Greenlee Flynn. That'll be a second.
And just by my observation, every time Tori Inslee has gotten the ball, she's gotten hard fouled. You know, like the coach told them be aggressive, and if you get a foul, it's okay. That's what it looks like.
Actually going to whistle that one on Macy White. It'll be her first. Terrell in the paint, lost control. Trinity Littlejohn brings it up. The sophomore kicks it over to White for three. Nicholson grabbed the rebound. She's still fighting for position. And then throws it out of bounds. 4:37 left, first quarter. Here at the Panther Den. First broadcast of 2022, Battle of Cowee Mountain. Gym filling up.
Yes.
Anticipate a big crowd by the end of this one. The steal blocked by Callie Queen on Kennedy Stuman.
Yes. That was a great block, too.
Here's the replay.
All ball.
Smoky resets. That one rimmed out. Fight for it underneath. Queen going to bring it up. McCollum. Defense collapsed. It's a turnover. Issues on Greenlee Flynn. Now she's going to kick it in. Out it goes White. Her three ball wouldn't fall. Rosal McCollum grabbed the rebound. Under 4 minutes left, first quarter.
And both teams have gone cold from the field.
McCollum kick it over to Tori Inslee.
In a rivalry game, that's, you know, right now there's a lot of adrenaline flowing through both teams. You can throw the record right out the window.
That'll be a turnover. 3:47 left, first quarter. 5-4. Lady Panther advantage as it's Littlejohn that'll run the point. Quickly gives it up. Stuman. Flynn gets double teamed, kicks it out. Nicholson three. Long board secured by the Mustangs. Stuman's shot just left of the free throw line, wouldn't fall. Andrea Terrell with the rebound.
Good job.
McCollum got fouled on the way in. That'll send Rosalind McCollum to the line for a couple of shots. 3:16 to go, first quarter.
And that's what Andrea Terrell needs to do. She needs to grab the ball sometimes and push it herself. And if she does, you know, they had numbers, and that's why they're at the free throw line right now.
McCollum can get the roll on the first. One more at the charity stripe. She can't hit either. And the rebound off to the Lady Mustangs. It's Littlejohn bringing it up. She stops and pops. On board Macy White. White got the roll.
Another lead change.
Smoky now up 6-5. Callie Queen over to Tori Inslee. She attacks. Gets her shot blocked by Greenlee Flynn.
That gets the crowd going for the Mustangs.
Burrell for three. Air ball. Inslee grabbed the rebound and then lost it. A little hangover from that Tuesday night loss at North Henderson, you think?
Maybe a little bit.
Underneath, it's Littlejohn. She got fouled. That'll send Trinity Littlejohn to the line.
Between that and a week of school, because they've been off for a while, and now a lot of them are probably tired. You can tell they're tired because the score is 6-5.
Little John can't hit the first. She'll get one more. Fouls on Rosalind McCollum. That's her first and the team's first for the Lady Panthers. Little John hits the second. Lady Stangs by deuce. McCollum, free throw line.
Get in there.
Got the roll eventually. It's held up on that backside of the rim for a long time.
Rosalind McCollum, for the height, for as tall as she actually is a very good shooter.
Knocked away briefly, picked up Little John. Her pass gets knocked in the air. Tori Inslee off the glass.
And when Callie Queen and Tori Inslee are up at top of that 2-3, they're very aggressive trying to steal the ball.
Dangerous pass. White picks it up. Then her pass gets kicked in the paint. Smoky resets. Avery Moffitt going to check into the ball game for Coach Scott Hardbarger for the first time. Pass knocked away.
We've had a couple of games, a couple of nights out in the den where it's been packed like this. This is good to see.
Maddie Gilbert got to check in. White for three. Moffitt there with a rebound. Oh yeah, it is. It's pretty packed. There's a few seats up here where we're located.
And I just looked up, and the air conditioner is not on.
Well, if you were here earlier today when we were setting up, it was like a steam bath. It's actually cooled off a little bit. Another turnover for the Lady Panthers. But yeah, it's only going to get warmer and warmer as more folks find parking spaces, which is always an issue.
Sydney Williams in the game.
The first time here in 2021-2022. Sydney Williams cleared this week to play. Coach Hardbarger told me that she's going to play about 2 minutes a quarter, maybe a little longer if her body will allow. She doesn't get too tired. 3 ball up and good. Smoky back out in front now at 10-9. Maddie Gilbert. She answers with a 3.
Maddie Gilbert picking up where she left off.
Panthers up by a bucket. Stuman in the corner going to dribble out for the Lady Mustangs as we tick under a minute left, first quarter. Little John thought about it, gave it up to Stuman. Offensive board, White. She's going to attempt from beyond the arc. That one wouldn't fall. Another offensive board. Kennedy Stuman able to get the third opportunity to go for the Lady Mustangs.
And that's where you have to hustle, really hustle if you're in a zone trying to rebound, especially if the team is very aggressive like the Mustangs are.
Sydney Williams underneath, got her shot blocked. Smoky going to come out with it with 15 seconds left. Little John pushes it up. Flynn underneath White off the glass.
Good passing.
And Smoky up now 14-12. And at the buzzer, Callie Queen will heave, and she can't hit. Got a good one going, 14-12. Lady Mustangs after 8 minutes here at the Panther Den. Let's take a break, fans. Back right after this.
Shauna Thunlam and family would like to wish the Panther basketball teams all the best this season. A mother of a FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. In March, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
Located at 461 Highlands Road in Franklin, Carolina Junction Power Equipment is your local stop for lawnmowers, blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and all parts and accessories. Carolina Junction Power Equipment is also your local power sports dealer. They sell Can-Am side-by-sides and ATVs, plus have a full service shop for all of your power equipment and power sport needs. Give them a call at 828-369-9655 or come by today to see the largest selection of inventory around.
Welcome back, fans. About to begin the second quarter. Mountain 7 conference season just about halfway in the books. Here are the girls' basketball standings of the Mountain 7 conference. Franklin at the top at 3-1. Pisgah nipping at their heels. You see Smoky Mountain in the third slot. All the teams are
about
neck
the
and
same.
neck.
Yes.
7-6, 7-4, 8-6.
And that's why we have a 2-point game right now.
So we begin the second quarter. Smoky will have it with a 2-point advantage. It's Trinity Littlejohn with it initially. Over to Wyke in the corner. Her pass knocked around. And out of bounds off of who? They'll say last touch by Lady Mustang. Coming up, fans, at the half, we've got a special presentation along with my chat with Doug Clemens, boys varsity coach. Got a lot to talk about. 5 games since the last time we chatted with Coach Doug Clemens, so stick around at the half. Got a lot to get to and a lot of good information to pass along. Panthers with the basketball. Opportunity to tie or take the lead. Rosalind McCollum can't hit. And it was saved. No, it wasn't. Out of bounds to Smoky.
I think she should have let that one go because it looked like it was tipped by a Mustang defender.
A low-scoring affair. Of course, Tuesday night's Mountain 7 conference game over in Hendersonville was a low-scoring affair. 38-35 was the final in that one. Franklin losing their first conference game. Wyke just heaves it in the air. Picked up by Callie Queen. She brings it up. Inslee running shot. She can't get the roll. Smoky comes out with it. Macy Wyke lost control of it. Nicholson picks it up. Shot wouldn't fall for Nicholson.
You know what? The game is actually fast-paced. It's just that no one's making anything.
Not a lot of tie-ups. A lot of times you see that in girls basketball.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's back and forth. Just nobody's hitting shots.
Nobody's hitting any shots.
Got a foul coming up on Smoky Mountain. That'll be the 6th team foul on Smoky as Greenlee Flynn will pick it up. Smoky wants to talk things over. Olin Dunford wants to talk things over, so we'll keep it here. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Let's throw the Mountain 7 Conference standings back up on the screen. As you see, East Henderson and Tuscola at the bottom of the conference. Everybody else very evenly matched.
Yes, they are.
North Henderson, who defeated Franklin, is at the top of the conference. They're 2-2. West 2-2, a team that Franklin's going to see on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Smoky here tonight, 7-4. Franklin 7-6, but 3-1 in the conference.
Yes, and if you look at all their records, their regular season records overall, they're all, it's like you said, it's even. It's very even, with 6 losses, by the Lady Panthers.
Only one team with 8 wins so far. McCollum in the paint. She can't get the roll. Iron is unkind on that right side of your screen.
Most of these points were actually scored in the last minute of the first quarter.
Nicholson with it. Bounce pass in the paint. Flynn kicks it back out. Now underneath, it's Macy Wyke spinning and shooting, and she got fouled. That's going to send Macy Wyke, the junior, to the line for a couple shots. Callie Queen will pick up her first foul, and that's the 3rd whistled on Franklin.
And in a game like this, because they're not scoring, no one's scoring. You can get lulled to sleep if you're on defense because you're when people are scoring, you kind of pick it up a little bit. When they're not scoring, you kind of relax.
Yeah. When you're scoring, you have a lot more energy.
Correct.
Smoky by a bucket. 14-12 as we tick under 6 minutes remaining, second quarter. Callie Queen outside the arc, kicks it into the corner. It's Burrow back to Queen. Now Inslee looks to dish. Cross court, Burrow. 3. Well off the mark. And Smoky, Macy Wyke brings it up. Fans will be back on YouTube Live, Facebook Live next Saturday for non-conference affair here at the Panther Den. McCollum fights for it underneath. Jump ball, possession arrow is to Franklin. Next Saturday, there's going to be normal times because Franklin actually plays on the road the night before, next Friday night, a week from tonight, at Hayesville. Timeout on the floor. Let's take one. Back right after this. Coach Hardbarger wanted to talk things over for 30 seconds. His girls trail 14-12. They'll have possession out of the timeout. Callie Queen going to bring it up.
And both teams have gone to a zone.
Inslee for three. Fight for it. Bodies hit the deck. And a foul on Rosalind McCollum for the Panthers. That'll be her third and the fourth on Franklin.
It's her third. Ooh.
Little John across that timeline. Ball knocked away, picked up. It's Callie Queen.
The pass.
Back to Tori Inslee. She can't convert. Inslee hits the deck. Looks like she's okay. Baseline jumper, Nicholson.
Good pass.
Underneath it goes. A couple of opportunities for the Lady Mustangs. Callie Queen going to come out with it. Get trapped in the backcourt. To Burrell now in the corner. He gets trapped a bit and going to throw it away. AC White intercepts the pass. Little John baseline. Long board. Secured. By the Lady Panthers.
And that right there by Corey Burrell. She should have kept going. There was no one in front of her.
I was going to say secured by Burrell, and she was going to take off, and she didn't.
Yeah, she threw it backwards. Yeah.
So you never anticipate. Inslee fires it off the back of Nicholson. It'll stay with the Panthers with
the
56 left.
Yeah, excuse me. The Lady Mustangs, I tell you what, their defense has been, they're all over it right now. They're playing an aggressive style defense once the ball's in. Now in this zone, they are kind of sitting back, trying to make the Panthers prove they can hit open jump shots.
Terrell saves it out of bounds into the hands of Tori Inslee. Gives it up to Queen, top of the key. That'll be a two-point bucket.
Yes.
And she was just inside the arc to tie the game at 14.
That right there is what we call, coaches, the worst shot in basketball.
Intercepted. Tori Inslee.
Nice. And the reason why you call it the worst shot in basketball because her feet were on the line. All you had to do is step back a couple inches is a three-point shot. But great. But when those two are up there on top of that zone, there's a lot of steals are going to happen.
Another turnover on the Lady Mustangs. Franklin up now 16-14 as they head back out on top. Fighting for position. Moffitt spins, can't convert. Offensive board. Queen shot no. Smoky comes out with it. Outlet pass knocked away. Queen got into the lane and knocked it out of the hands of Greenlee Flynn. Maddie Gilbert will check back into the game as Inslee will take a seat. It's White.
It's hard to rebound out of that zone, especially with the long shots.
Smoky's gotten a bunch of offensive boards, and we've got an offensive foul on Macy White.
Good position by Moffitt on that one to get over and sell it.
Second foul on Macy White, the seventh on Smoky. It was a player control foul, so no shots. Panthers with the lead in the basketball now. Gilbert's shot wouldn't fall. Moffitt secured the board. And did she get fouled on the floor?
On the floor, probably.
Was it in the act? It looks like it was going to be on the floor.
I do know that official. That official is Todd Doolittle. He's actually the head. He's the head of officials. So that's why, this crew has been pretty good so far.
It was in the act of shooting, Tony.
Oh, it was.
We at the line here.
Actually, it looks like it's 1-1.
Oh, one. Okay, that's the 18th foul. That's right. That's
Yes.
right. Yeah. Terrell with the rebound. Another offensive board. Wild shot wouldn't fall for Gilbert. Smoky got to slowly bring it up.
And Lady Panthers, they sit back in that zone, but it's deceiving because they're trying to steal the ball from you.
Little John gets it knocked away. I feel the air conditioning has been turned on.
Oh, it has been. Yeah, I just looked up.
Under 2 minutes left. Trouble. Jump ball. Possession arrow is to the Lady Mustangs. Minute 55 left. Sydney Williams will head back into the game as Andrea Terrell takes a seat. Minute 42 left. Nicholson in the paint. Issues. Was it a jump ball? Yes,
Jump
it was.
ball, yes.
And it's the Lady Panthers' possession. Trying to check the comments. Got a lot of folks watching tonight. Been starved for basketball. We haven't been on in 3 weeks, Tony.
Yes.
It's hard to pay attention sometimes and check some of the comments. Appreciate everybody watching tonight. Down to a minute 15 left. 3. Banked it home, did Gilbert.
Yes.
Maddie Gilbert.
Good shot by Maddie. She's that's her second 3 of the game.
60 seconds left. Panthers on a run to end the second quarter after trailing 14-12. A 7-0 run. Knocked away briefly. Rhodes, who's checked in, picked it up. Into the corner goes Stuman. 3-ball no. Flynn got the rebound and got the stick back.
30 seconds left.
And it breaks that 7-0 run for the Lady Panthers. 25 seconds remain. Gilbert into the corner. It's Burrow for 3. And a fight for it. It's last touch by Lady Mustang. I think Franklin thinks that it's Smoky's ball, but
never run the other way.
It's staying with the Lady Panthers.
Someone run and take it out, even if they're not telling you to.
18.5 left. Fans coming up at the half. Got a special presentation. And it goes to Sydney Williams. Williams gets double teamed, kicks it over to McMahon. Now it's Gilbert for 3. Williams with the rebound. She goes up in the trees. Gets knocked away. Smoky comes down with it. They got to run. Flynn at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half of action. 19-16 here at the break. Sloppy first half. Both teams seem to settle in the second quarter.
Defensive struggle.
That was a defensive struggle. Cheerleaders are going to perform here, and we'll have a special presentation. We're going to take a quick break here, but hang with us. We'll be back in probably around 60 seconds for that special presentation, and then a chat with head coach Doug Clemens of Boys Varsity. Hang with us on FPSN.
Shauna Thunlam and family would like to wish the Panther basketball teams all the best this season. A mother of a FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. In March, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
to Michelle Perez for being named to the 2022 North Carolina All-Regional Cheer Team. The All-Regional team will be recognized on Saturday, February the 5th at the NCCCA State Cheerleading Championship at Southern Alamance High School. Michelle will have the opportunity to try out for the All-State team on Sunday, February the 6th at this same high school. The All-State team will cheer at the East-West Games and NCCA Coaches Conference this summer. Let's have a big round of applause for Michelle Perez.
Congratulations to Michelle. Hopefully going to catch up with Michelle during the boys varsity game. Stay with us, fans. Coming back with an interview with Doug Clemens here at the half.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
Hey fans, welcome in here at the half. George Young back with you, and now joined by the head varsity boys coach, Doug Clemens. Been a busy couple of 3 weeks, I guess, officially. This is the last time we talked to you, Coach, during the Christmas holidays. You guys went to Pisgah, got a big win, participated in the Christmas tournament over in Cherokee, got a win in that tournament, played some very tough teams. We'll talk about those teams here in a moment. And then on Tuesday, you got a big road win in conference against North Henderson. Coach, first talk about that win against Pisgah. Always tough to play over in Canton.
Yes, it is. That's one of the tougher places to play in our league. Probably our gym and their gym are probably the two places that other teams dread to come. We haven't beaten them in a long time at their gym, and so to walk out of there with a victory, we felt very fortunate, and that kind of gave us a leg up on some other teams in the conference.
And then you participated in a Christmas tournament after Christmas over in Cherokee. 3 games in 3 days. That's difficult any time of the year, especially during the Christmas holidays with the sickness going around. If it's not COVID, protocol, it may be the flu or something else. Play some pretty tough teams. Talk about that tournament.
It was a very good tournament, well run. Appreciate Cherokee allowing us to come. It was a boys and girls tournament. We played 2 private schools, one Bishop McGinnis and also Lincoln Charter. Lost to both of them. Very competitive games, but at the same time, very tough competition. Talked to the guys about that and let them know, that we could have went to other tournaments and probably walked through some easy competition, but that wouldn't have done us any good. So even though we took a couple of losses, felt like we battled through some things. We had some sickness, like you mentioned, on the team, and had to get through some of that. We played Bishop McGinnis without our leading scorer, Griffin Green, and even if he wasn't healthy, the entire tournament. But still, I thought all in all it was a good tournament. Got us ready to start conference play coming right back after the Christmas holidays.
Got a big road win against North Henderson on Tuesday night, coming into tonight's Battle of Cowee Mountain. Scored 85 points, Coach. Almost your average. You're averaging about 70 points a game. Talk about that win.
It was a big win. They've beaten some good teams in conference and out of conference. So it was a chance for us to kind of stack up against one of the better teams in West North Carolina. Hadn't played at North Henderson in a long time, since reclassification several years ago. So they had been playing, good basketball. They were coming out of a Christmas tournament also. And so I thought we played really solid. And the thing I was happy in that game is that we finished well. The game was close right up to the end. We lost Miles McClure about the middle of the fourth quarter to fouling out. And but we had some guys step up and like I say, actually finished the game strong and was able to put them away by double-figure points. So, again, when we get these road wins in conference, that's marking those down and knowing that they've got to come here later on in the season, which would include Pisgah having to come here. North Henderson will have to come here, and then we play West Henderson next Tuesday at West. So getting those 3 big road wins, road games under our belt we'll make sure that those teams have to come here and try to take one away from us.
That was your 10th win. That's an accomplishment in itself, your 10th win on Tuesday night. Talked about Miles McClure. He scored his 1,000th point as a Franklin Panther. We believe that's the first time that has happened in the boys program, a student athlete scoring 1,000 points. That happened against Lincoln Charter. They're going to actually honor him before your game tonight. So fans, make sure to tune in right before the boys action here on FPSN. We'll have that ceremony for you. And then on Tuesday night, you had Miles foul out, but then you talked about Griffin Green, your leading scorer. I think he had 35 points in that game, and I think that was a career high.
It was. Griffin's really playing well, especially in conference play. He's averaging about 21 points a game, but in conference play, he's averaging 27. So he's really putting up some big numbers. Of course, both Miles and Griffin realize that, individual accomplishments are great, but they come in the concept of the team. Miles understanding that 1,000 points is a big milestone, but also understanding that, someone had to throw him the ball and all those type of things. Of course, I'm always reminding him of that, but still, it's anytime we have a recognition, whether it be team or individual, we take it, to our program. And we're just proud of the way the guys are playing right now. The attitude's good, the effort's good, and looking forward to the rest of the season.
Final question, Coach, before we let you go here at the half. Tonight, Smoky Mountain, battle at Cowee Mountain. Jimmy Cleveland back on the sidelines. He had tremendous success at Smoky. This year, though, only 2 wins coming into tonight's action. What do you expect out of the Mustangs?
I expect them to play hard. We've watched film. Effort has been there. We'll be expecting them to give us their absolute best effort because, we're their rivalry game. Again, you mentioned Coach Cleveland and the success that he's had, and he knows how to do it. He just has to put the pieces together, and eventually that will happen if he stays there, long enough. But at the same time, we feel like we're playing at a pretty high level right now, so we're expecting for them to come in here and for them to. We know we're going to get their best effort, and we're definitely going to give them ours.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. We're going to take a break here. Come back. Got more here at the half. Stay with us, fans. Well, welcome back, fans. Final few seconds of the halftime are ticking off the clock, and we're getting ready for the third quarter to begin here at the Panther Den. Some exciting boys action coming up after this, probably around 8-ish, a little after 8. You just heard Coach Doug Clemens talking about the Christmas break, big wins and some losses as well. George Young, Tony Christie, third quarter underway here at the Den. Franklin up 19-16. Smoky has the opening possession. Your coach, Scott Hartbarger, there's a turnover. We saw a lot of that for Smoky Mountain to end that second quarter. What did you talk to your girls about in the locker room break?
I would have, tell you the truth, like what you just saw, they got the steal, and Tori Inslee was running out, to get the easy basket. And that's where, they need to get some of those because both teams are in a zone. And you're taught, at an early age that the best offense against the zone is a fast break. And that's what looked like they were trying to get right then when they got the ball the first time for the Lady Panthers.
Like 3 ball wouldn't fall. Another turnover. Hallie Queen, fast break bucket.
Yes, and that's like just like I said, that's the way you beat a zone, the easiest way.
Nicholson with it, gives it up to White. If you're Coach Olin Dunford and the Lady Mustangs, what were you talking about at the break?
That you did good in this environment to be only be down 3 points at half. He's been here before with them, and the Lady Mustangs. They actually the last game last year against the Lady Panthers was against the Mustangs, and they came out and basically did the same thing, stayed in the game, and then at the end was able to be victorious
and knocked them out of the playoffs.
Yes.
A steal to the hole. Stuman gets fouled. She hits the deck.
And like I said before, a rivalry game, you throw out the records.
Yeah.
It's going to be whoever wants it more and who is going to execute.
first whistled this half on the Panthers. Callie Queen picks it up. First shot up by Kennedy Stuman is up and good. She'll get one more from the charity stripe. Just joined us. Franklin comes in at 7-6, 3-1 in the Mountain 7 Conference. Second shot, no good. Offensive rebound for the Lady Mustangs in some issues. And Franklin going to come out with it. It's Tori Inslee swinging those arms around, and now she's going to give it up to Callie Queen. It's Andrea Terrell. Gives it up. Queen going to be trapped. Jump ball, and the possession arrow going to stay with Franklin. Tori Inslee was injured Tuesday night, didn't play in that game in the loss at North Henderson. Correct. She struggled early on in this one. Seems like she is getting her basketball prowess back.
Correct.
It takes a while.
Yeah, sometimes. It does. It does, especially after as long as a break that she had. She's going to take a little bit while because she wasn't playing in games, she wasn't practicing, she wasn't doing anything. So it takes you a little while to get acclimated to back to the system. And your conditioning is a little off too.
And we've got a traveling violation, another turnover. It's Macy White shuffling her feet for the Lady Mustangs. And if you didn't follow the Panthers, didn't have anybody in the know, we weren't on YouTube or Facebook through the Christmas holidays in that game on Tuesday night. Even if you watched it on the pay-per-view channel, there's no commentators. They don't tell you anything.
No.
but you're paying for it. Anyway. Tori Inslee injured at some point her knee, and she had some fluid buildup. They took her, got her checked out. She's okay. Nothing strained, nothing torn in her meniscus. So she told Coach Scott Hartbarger that she was 100%. Obviously, he knew she was just telling the coach that.
Yes.
And you can see that early on, but we'll see how she does here in this third quarter. As another offensive rebound goes to the Lady Mustangs, Greenlee Flynn.
That's on Rosalind McCullum. That's her fourth.
It will be her fourth if they do whistle it on McCollum. Yes, they do.
And right there, Rosalind has to. She was in position. She was in the correct position, but she has to push Flynn back. Put her on your back and push her back, and then when the ball comes, you have to jump. Because if you jump, then, with the contact, it'll be a foul on Flynn.
Panthers come up with a missed free throw. Very low-scoring affair. 21-17. Franklin yet to score in this second half. Well, excuse me, they scored a bucket early on in this second half.
Yes, it was that steal.
Yeah.
The fast break.
19-16 at the break. Callie Queen gives it up to Moffitt. Moffitt shoots. She can't hit. Offensive board. It's Corey Burrell in the corner. Now Inslee. And the corner goes back to Burrell for three. Rims out. Offensive board. Inslee. Her stick back would fall. Iron not kind for the Lady Panthers so far in this one.
This is how the game started. Both teams kind of.
Wyke will get the bucket in the paint.
Nice left hand by Wyke.
Macy Wyke, the junior, makes it a 2-point edge for the Lady Panthers with just about 4 minutes left. Inslee gets it poked out, picks it back up. Collision. Foul on Kennedy Stuman. First on Smoky this half, as we are 3 seconds under 4 minutes left. As checking in, it's going to be Maddie Gilbert. And taking a seat will be Burrell for Coach Scott Hartbarger. Inslee for three. Got it!
And let's see if that kind of loosens it up for Tori.
Baseline jumper up and good. Open shot for Aiden Nicholson. 24-21, 3-point edge for the Lady Panthers. 3.5 left, third quarter. Callie Queen harassed by Littlejohn. Bounce pass over. Terrell feeds underneath. Moffitt, too tough off of her hands. Back to Smoky. Fans coming up during the boys' action. They're going to honor Miles McClure for his 1,000th point. Was scored back during the Cherokee tournament. Wyke for 3. It wouldn't fall. That'll be before the lights go out and the lineups are introduced.
Yes, and I heard that he was the first. The first.
That is what I've been told.
Yes,
which is really amazing. It really is amazing when you think about 70 years worth. Of basketball on the men's side.
That is amazing. And the funny thing about it is that Griffin Green is close as well. So it's a good thing.
Well, if Griffin continues on the clip that he is in, and of course obviously stays healthy and doesn't contract any illness, which is going around, everybody's getting sick at some point. He had 35 against North Henderson on Tuesday night. If he keeps that up, it won't be too terribly long before he surpasses 1,000 for his career. Top of the key 3, Stuman ties it at 24.
Now the Lady Mustangs come out in a 1-2-2 zone.
And a double dribble. A turnover for the Lady Panthers. Stops the clock, 2:35 left, third quarter. Sydney Williams going to check into the game for the first time in the second half. After being cleared this week to play. In the corner, Nicholson for 3. Little John with a rebound. Another offensive board that she lost control of it. Sydney Williams comes out with it. High pass over to Callie Queen, harassed in the backcourt. We've got a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Scott Hartbarger. He wants to talk it over. We're tied at 24 in the third. Hang with us, fans.
We're coming for everyone this year.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in to another night of Franklin Panther football.
Pass complete.
It's good to just go out there and win.
Located at 461 Highland Road in Franklin, Carolina Junction Power Equipment is your local stop for lawnmowers, blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and all parts and accessories. Carolina Junction Power Equipment is also your local power sports dealer. They sell Can-Am side-by-sides and ATVs, plus have a full service shop for all of your power equipment and power sport needs. Give them a call at 828-369-9655 or come by today to see the largest selection of inventory around.
2:12 left, third quarter. Coach Scott Hartbarger called a full timeout. We're tied at 24. And Franklin has the basketball as Smoky has turned up the defensive pressure. And we've got a bump in the backcourt. Foul on Smoky Mountain. Nicholson going to pick up her third foul. Just a second whistled on Smoky Mountain here in the third quarter.
Looks like Coach Dunford, he's dialed up a 1-3-1 now.
Inslee feeds it over. Sydney Williams off the glass and good. Sydney Williams with the first points of her senior campaign.
And it was a left-handed shot. Kind of tough.
I want to send a shout out to McCall Sanders, who is watching in the hospital tonight. She is a little under the weather, and hopefully she is going to get well soon.
Yeah, get well soon, McCall.
JV basketball player. Was it a jump ball or was it a foul?
Foul.
Foul. That'll be whistled on Avery Moffitt. That'll be the first on Moffitt and the third on Franklin. Little John brings it up for Coach Dunford. Into the corner it goes. It's Wyke. She gets double teamed. Little John for 3. Got it. Smoky back out on top.
Yes, and you can tell by the in that first half, Smoky took a lot of threes. They just didn't hit any, and they haven't stopped. So if you think about the averages, they're bound to make something sooner or later.
Williams in the paint, can't hit. Moffitt underneath. Avery Moffitt gives the Panthers a 1-point edge. 60 seconds left, third quarter. Stuman just inside the arc. Moffitt comes out with a rebound for the Lady Panthers. They'll push it up court. Gilbert almost traveled. Got it knocked away. Last touch by Lady Mustang. Stuman slapped it with her hand in front of the student section. Kicked around, picked up by Smoky. Stuman to Littlejohn.
Nice left-handed layup.
Back and forth we go. Under 30 seconds left, third quarter.
They just wait for the last 2 minutes of the game to start playing. It seems like last 2 minutes of every quarter they've played pretty hard.
Moffitt gets it slapped away. Another turnover. Down to 15 seconds left. Littlejohn. We'll see if Coach Olin Dunford wants his girls to play for the last shot. We are down to 5 seconds. Knocked out of bounds. 1.9 to go. Smoky has to get it in bounds. It's going to be Nicholson to trigger. And it goes at the buzzer. Flynn can't get it to go. They're going to wave off the stick back. That'll do it. 1 point game. As we head to the fourth quarter, hang with us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live.
Shauna Thunlam and family would like to wish the Panther basketball teams all the best this season. A mother of a FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. In March, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
Sport Zone is your everyday low-price sporting goods supplier. We have the sports gear every athlete needs to be successful, from cleats, equipment, and protective gear to complete uniform sets. We even offer screen printing, laser engraving, and embroidery, as well as sublimated printing right here in Franklin. Don't race out of town to find the performance gear you need. We've lowered our prices throughout the store to give you the opportunity to shop local and score big. Come see us at Sport Zone.
Welcome back, fans. Fourth quarter about to begin. Smoky with a 1 point lead. Back and forth third quarter, but we talked about it late in that third, Tony. It looks like both teams, again, similar to the first half, warming up from the field.
Yes. And so the defensive, the different pressures that Coach Olin Dunford, he's tried. The one that's kind of working right now is the 1-2-2 that they're playing, and then they're trapping it high, and that's forcing the Lady Panthers to speed up.
Franklin with the possession to begin this fourth quarter. Terrell gets tied up, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow, Smoky Mountain. Littlejohn. Swing it over to Macy White. Cross-court pass intercepted by Callie Queen. Glad you're with us, YouTube Live, Facebook Live. It's just past 7:30, and we've got a traveling violation. Another turnover for the Lady Panthers. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get notifications when we go live. Like our Facebook page if you haven't already. A lot of folks have followed our Facebook page. Like it too. You can get all of the great information and notifications that we push out. When we go live, we'll get notification. And if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure the bell is turned on so you get notifications. Arcing three wouldn't fall, saved out of bounds, and fought for another tie-up, and the possession arrow is to Franklin. 7:06 left, fourth quarter. One of the other reasons to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. At the conclusion of the girls' action, we're going to go off of this post. We're going to go off for a while. Come back with the boys' varsity. Sydney Williams with the bucket. She's got 4. Panthers back out on front, 30-29. We'll get notifications when we go live for the boys' varsity.
Sydney Williams, just like riding a bike. She's back out there. She's starting to You know, she got in a couple times early, was a little bit, hesitant. Now she's getting back into, like, her groove.
Stuman's shot wouldn't fall. Inslee with the rebound. Races to the hole. Can't convert. Callie Queen, her shot wouldn't fall from the free throw line. Another offensive rebound. See what the Panthers do with it. So reset the offense. Queen.
Good pass.
Terrell. Andrea Terrell extends that Lady Panther lead, now 32-29. Approaching 6 minutes to go in this one. Deep three. Wyke well off the mark. Callie Queen feeds Sydney Williams. Williams getting position. Greenlee Flynn with the rebound. Macy Wyke issues, and we've got a reach-in foul either on Inslee or on Queen.
Callie Queen.
Yep, they're going to go Callie Queen, the fourth on Franklin. That's Callie Queen's third. No shots. Nicholson with it up high. Pass knocked away into the backcourt. Last touch by Callie Queen, they'll say. No backcourt violation. Nicholson up high. Bounce pass Littlejohn. Top of the key. She's going to attempt. Andrea Terrell with the rebound. Not afraid to shoot from beyond the arc are the Lady Mustangs. Inslee. Floater. Wouldn't fall, but she got hacked at some point in the paint. She'll be at the line for a couple. Flynn going to pick up the foul. That'll be her third. Greenlee Flynn, the sophomore, picks up her third personally. Third whistled on Smoky so far. If you look at her scoreboard, we have live fouls as well. And the possession arrow. First shot up, no good by Tori Inslee for both teams on our live scoreboard. 5:10 to go, fourth quarter. In a tight one on a chilly night outside, but it's warm inside here at the Panther Den.
3-point game.
Both shots missed. Partially blocked was Macy Wyke's shot. Under 5 minutes left. Inslee thought about a three, kicks it over. Burrell attempts and hits. Corey Burrell from beyond the arc. 35-29. Franklin by 6, their biggest lead so far in the second half. And we've got a whistle. Coach Olin Dunford wants to talk it over.
Yes.
It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
Good timeout. Real good timeout.
Here are the Mountain 7 conference standings. Coach Olin Dunford talks it over. You can see still in the mix are the Lady Mustangs. Everybody pretty even. What's Coach Olin Dunford talking about?
He's trying to make sure that they get the rebound, first of all, and they get out on the shooters. And because the Lady Panthers, they haven't actually been hitting shots, and that's the reason why the game has been so close, because they haven't been hitting shots. But now they're starting to get a groove with Sydney Williams in there and Corey Burrell. She continues to shoot. She will never get bashful from shooting.
Out of the timeout, it's the Lady Mustangs with it. In the corner, it's Littlejohn. Got the roll for three.
That hit the glass first and then bounced on the rim and went up in the air.
35-32. Burrell to feed Williams. Terrell had the rebound. Shot knocked away. Littlejohn.
Ooh, and one. Nice move by Littlejohn. Little step over, Euro step.
Chance to tie it at the free throw line.
Wow, I was not expecting that. That was a nice move right there.
Trinity Littlejohn.
Yeah, look at it here.
Acrobatic play.
Step and nice spin. A little bit of English on it.
Can't get the and one, but we've got a whistle.
Violation.
She'll have one more opportunity. Lane violation on the Lady Panthers.
That hurts. The 1-point game.
She can't hit the second opportunity. Williams with the rebound. Callie Queen with 4 minutes left. Feeds it over to Burrell. Now Williams gets double team, kicks it out. Gilbert for three. Littlejohn with a rebound. Shot wouldn't fall for Littlejohn. Williams with another rebound. Andrea Terrell gives it up to Callie Queen. Got to get it across the timeline. She does. Burrell, her pass fed into Williams, and she gets hit and fouled. That'll be just the fourth foul on Smoky Mountain. Fourth, though, on Grinley Flynn.
Low scoring, affair here, but it is actually getting very interesting.
Burrell catch and shoot three. Rebound, Andrea Terrell. She gets hacked. That'll send Andrea to the line.
Andrea's initial box out was very good. It was a great initial box out, and she got that's what allowed her to get that rebound.
Fifth foul on Grinley Flynn. She's going to have to take a seat. Check it in for her, Allie Fortner. First time we have seen Allie Fortner, the junior, in the ball game as Flynn takes a seat. 2 shots for Andrea Terrell. Nothing but net. Hits them both. Timeout, Hartbarger. 37-34. It's a full timeout. We'll take one. Hang with us.
You're watching FPSN.
We're coming for everyone this year.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in to another night of Franklin Panther football.
Yes, complete.
But it's good to just go out there and win.
Welcome back, fans. You see the Panthers huddled around Coach Scott Hartbarger as he draws some plays up on his grease board. 3:32 left here in the fourth. If you just joined us, fans, if you just tuned in, looking for the boys varsity. It's been a good one here in the girls varsity. Low scoring affair, but these two teams have gotten after it. We've seen some acrobatic plays. We've seen some deep threes hit.
Yes.
And we'll see how the last 3:32 goes. Both coaches have implemented some strategy, some defensive strategy. Panthers had a 6-point advantage a couple of minutes ago. Here in the fourth quarter, their biggest lead in the second half as Kennedy Stuman hits the deck. Foul on Franklin. She'll be at the line. Sydney Williams will pick up the foul. That'll be her first, 6th on Franklin.
That was an interesting one right there because Sydney didn't do anything. It didn't look like she stood her ground.
Stuman, the senior. First one rims out.
Yeah, let's look at it. Met her. That's what it was. He saw her put the hip into her.
Second shot, no good. Deep three. Good. Tori Inslee. Back to a 6-point edge for the Lady Panthers. Smoky tries to answer. Kennedy Stuman's shot wouldn't fall. Out of bounds, off of a Lady Panther.
And that was the second three that Tori Inslee's hit this evening, and that's the second one in a row.
2:55 left. And it goes.
Nice
Fortner
play.
off the glass. There's points for Allie Fortner. after coming in off the bench when Flynn fouled out. Kelly Queen guarded closely by Littlejohn. High pass. Williams kicks it out. Inslee. She's on fire.
3 in a row. It's like I said after she made the first one, hopefully that get her going, and it surely did.
Approaching 2:15 to go. Stuman knocked away. Last touched by Lady Panther. I believe it was Callie Queen. Wyke for 3. Gilbert grabbed the board, and it's a tie-up. Possession arrow going to stay with Smoky Mountain. 2:09 to go, fourth quarter. Glad you're with us, George Young, Tony Christie, fantastic FPSN production team, bringing you all the shots that you see on screen. Littlejohn for 3.
Make it a one-possession game.
Clinton Taylor, our executive producer, running the show for us. Inslee will get hacked. 6th on Smoky. No shots here and he'll be on the floor. Well, they're going to say it is going to be 2 shots for Tori.
And Tori's attacking right now like the leader of the team should. You know, she's been sitting on the side watching. You know, she watched a loss here and there, and now she's ready and she's back into rhythm now.
One more for Tori Inslee. Six-point edge. A minute 45, fourth quarter. Nicholson's pass knocked around. Littlejohn picks it up and hits another 3. Trinity Littlejohn back-to-back trifectas. And she's keeping the Lady Mustangs in it. 45-42, 3-point lead for the Lady Panthers, and pinballing out of bounds. They'll say last touched by a Lady Mustang, Franklin. Right in front of our camera position, Philip Angel. $1:25 left. High pass, it's Inslee. Inslee will get fouled. She'll be at the line for a 1-and-1. 17 foul on Smoky Mountain. Littlejohn going to pick up just her first foul. And it's Inslee.
1-and-1.
Can't hit the first. Out of bounds. Last touch by Lady Panther. We got a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Scott Hartbarger. We'll take a quick one. Hang with us. Welcome back, fans. $1:20 left here in the fourth. Franklin hits the road for the next couple of games. Tuesday, Friday of next week at West Henderson and at Hayesville. Those 2 games will be available. If you want to shell out $10.99 on Tuesday, you can watch that one on the NFHS Network at West Henderson. FYN TV, if you can find their website, navigate that. It may be on YouTube, it may be on Facebook. I don't know. They're carrying Hayesville's games this year. And then our next broadcast will be a week from tomorrow.
And I can tell you that Hayesville game is going to be a game, because especially on the boys' side, because Hayesville is ranked number one in the state in I think it's 1A.
1A. Yep.
Yes, 1A.
Baseline jumper. Stuman wouldn't fall. Battle for the rebound. Smoky comes out with it. Nicholson in the paint.
Traveling.
And she's going to travel with it. Nicholson turns it over with 62 seconds left. Olin Dunford, offense for defense here is Stuman checks back in, taking a seat. It's Fortner. Gilbert gives it up to Queen. Ensley open for three. Is it a foul or a jump ball? Going to be a foul whistled on Gilbert, I believe.
It's one of those that not sure that was the shot, at the time.
It was a quick
shot. Time and score. If you go time and score, they weren't pressuring, so you can just move it around for a little bit, run some clock, get an easy layup in a 3-point game.
To Ensley's credit, though, she was wide open.
Oh, yes, she was. and she hit three. She already hit three in a row.
Right.
So, yes.
Her shot up.
It's one of those, it's tempting, It's
one of those shots if she hits it. Oh, great shot.
Yes, great shot.
Vivian Bell, one more at the charity stripe. Sydney Williams with the rebound. Gilbert had it knocked away. Stays with Franklin.
Franklin has to take care of the ball. Get it in first. That's the first order of business. Get it in. And if you get a layup, go for a layup.
Gilbert for three. Last touch by a Lady Panther. Little John and Ensley were battling for it underneath. Fortner checks back into the game. Stuman takes a seat. Check that. Bell takes a seat, I believe. Little John. Underneath. Fortner. She'll be at the line for a couple. That stayed on the rim for a long time.
That would almost been a chance for a 3-point play.
Fortner's got a chance to tie it at the charity stripe. 31.5 seconds left.
And I just got the officials tonight are Todd Doolittle, Daniel McNabb, and Phil Presley.
Second shot. She missed them both. Out of bounds. Off of a Lady Mustang. Fortner will head to the bench, and Vivian Bell checks in. For Coach Olin Dunford, we got a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Dunford.
30 seconds.
30 seconds remaining in this ball game. Critical game, as they all are at this point, about halfway through the conference slate. On Tuesday, that'll mark the last game in the first swing through the conference. West Henderson. They're the records for all the teams. Pretty close. Smoky at 7-4 coming into this one. Franklin at 7-6. Both teams with one loss in the conference. Franklin's coming on Tuesday night. A little short-handed as they have been throughout the Christmas break. Pretty much full strength tonight. But when these two teams get together, a lot of emotion involved.
Yes.
You can almost throw the record books out.
Yes, you can.
Saw it last year.
Get it in.
Into Ensley. Double team. Gives it up to Queen.
Thank you.
Training some clock.
That was
Coach Tony says thank you.
Yes, yes. If anything, go make a layup. Go make the layup. Don't.
Smokey's got a foul, and they do.
Yes.
Andrea Terrell will be at the line.
I thought we were about to see a jump shot again, and I was about to say, oh, my goodness.
1-and-1 opportunity for Andrea Terrell. I won't say she can ice it, but she can make it a two-possession ball game. got her own rebound.
Sydney Williams.
Another offensive rebound. Williams spins. Buzzer sounds. It's over.
And the senior on the first game gets the big rebound.
Franklin wins 45-43 over the Lady Mustangs of Smoky Mountain. They get the best in the first matchup in the Battle of Cowee Mountain. In an exciting affair, 45-43. Franklin improves their mark to 8-6, and now 4-1 in the Mountain 7 Conference. Smoky drops to 7-5 and 2-2 in conference play. All right, fans, we're going to sign off from this post on our social media channels, Facebook and YouTube. We'll be back in a few moments. Check back if you're watching on a television. You have to recast it to your TV. We're going to have a special presentation to begin the boys' action, and it should be a good one. Boys varsity coming up. Stay with us.